What's going on, everybody? Lego Lando here.
Gar right here.
Welcome to podcast number 4 of the Geekly Weekly. Today is Thursday, June 1st, 2017, and we are literally days away from E3. Kind of held back a couple days for this podcast because we haven't had a lot of news come up, and I was kind of waiting to see if anything else popped up, but we got 3 things to talk about today. We still got plenty to talk about. Tekken 7 that comes out tomorrow, and then Friday the 13th game that actually came out this past week. We couldn't squeeze it in the last podcast, so obviously it was beneficial to talk about it today since we didn't have a lot of topics to discuss. And then Far Cry 5 was our biggest one. We got our reveal trailer for that one, so we're going to get right into it with Tekken 7 that comes out tomorrow.
Oh, I'm definitely excited about this. So, like you said, it comes out tomorrow. Everyone's definitely excited for this game. Cool thing is, we were talking about is everyone's probably already pre-downloaded this already. Most people's probably already done that. But then you got those other fans that
and you got the hardcore ones that want the physical copies, and they're gonna.
There's nothing wrong.
They go to the midnight release.
There's nothing wrong having that physical copy for a game.
No, I used to do it, but we just live in that day and age, man. Got to have it pre-downloaded, ready to go at midnight.
Yeah. So of course comes out consoles and everything for tomorrow, but
it's already out.
Yes.
In Japan for quite some time.
Japan had it out for a few years and everything, so only in the arcade system.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be. I mean, of course they've had the practice to play, but it's gonna be a little bit different for them going from arcade to console. But they have the years on us on skills.
As a big esports game, they're ahead of the competition, right?
For now, but of course, once we get our hands on it, we'll start getting back into our old combos and everything that we know for each character. So
yeah.
But of course, they added a few different things from Tekken 6 to Tekken 7. So the 3 kind of big things I'm going to talk about. Of course, the movement system's been nerfed and fixed and everything for certain stuff. Of course, they have what's called Power Crush and Rage Art. So movements, they've nerfed the they nerfed the sidesteppings, because in the 6th one you were able to kind of like bait people. So they've reduced the you're a lot slower now when you do a sidestep instead of, I guess, it used to be really quick and bait people and do those combos and everything. So now they've reduced the speed on that, but they increased the forward and backwards movements, so you can get in quick and dodge punches. Now it's be pretty cool to see how that works out now. But the 2 big things, of course, are the Power Crush, which is kind of like a one big hit combo, or not combo, but a big attack that will get you back into the fights when you're on low HP. So when your health bar gets really red, it's going to start blinking and everything. That kind of shows you're ready for this big Power Crush ready to go. So you can do that, do some big hits, get yourself back in the fight. So if you don't want to get swept, so they have a little ability now to get you back into the fight instead of like, oh, I just lost 2 or 3-0 and couldn't even hit on this guy now.
Yeah.
So instead of like, if you're panicking, this ability will get you back into
gives you some kind of chance.
Yeah, give you a fighting chance to get back into it. And the Rage Art is more, I want to say like more of an unblockable attack, because the animations in attack still goes through. So I could be in mid-air, getting ready to do like a dive kick on you. You can still punch me, I take damage, but my animation for the kick is still going to go through and hit you. So it's going to be more about learning when to use those now. So it's going to be like, yes, I do take damage when I do this Rage Art, but do I want to take the damage now, or maybe wait for when they punch and I can jump and kick over them or something? So it'd be pretty cool to see all the tactics on how to use, the Power Crush and the Rage Arts and all the different movements that have been changed. But of course, the big stuff that definitely happens always in Tekken is
customization.
Customizations that are always great. They have many different. They have like thousands of customizations. Of course, you got your basic, leg, torso, and head pieces for each character. They have all this just random different things you want to do. Of course, they have the cool attack effects, color auras, portraits for, like, I guess your loading screen when you're loading in. They have the frame art, like I said. They have you can have actually a frame art over your health bar. It's kind of customize your health bar. It's pretty cool now. Instead of having just a basic, green, red
you can
bar,
customize the look of that too.
That would be pretty cool to see everyone's different, little frame art for the health bar instead of just a basic line here. But I thought it's pretty interesting, of course, with all the customizations, you always have those funny little aspects you can throw in. You know, you get like a unicorn head or little like stuffed animal head. It's pretty funny to see. It is a big serious game, but people always like to do their little funny customizations on it.
Yeah, I mean, just stuff like that just makes it funner though.
But different ways you can kind of unlock it is mostly, like story mode. They have tournaments you can do to get points, treasure battles you can do to get different items or effects and everything. And then, of course, you get your fight money, which you get for most of this playing the game. You spend them to buy different outfits and everything. So it's gonna be a real grind for getting some of those items, but you always have different ways to get them. With, of course, customization is definitely a big thing that we really love. I really like all that different ways you can get it.
So, does that mean you already have it pre-downloaded?
I don't
You
yet,
ready to go tomorrow?
but I am debating if I want to get it because I do love Tekken. But I think I'm going to wait right now, maybe, watch some more gameplay on it, and then I'll probably get it.
Well, we know the big Tekken fans will
yeah.
already have it ready to go.
Oh, yeah, of course they do.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, speaking of waiting, the Friday the 13th game came out this past week, and this is a game I've been really, really, really excited about, and I still haven't gotten it due to the fact that obviously with the mixed reviews that it's had with the server issues and getting into games and stuff, kind of waiting for that to get patched up. And once that goes on, I'm definitely getting this game because this game has the same kind of concept as Evolve did, which another game that had mixed reviews, died pretty quick, but me and Gar put insane amount of hours into that game. It's just the teamwork aspect that goes into that game, or these types of games, with the 4v1, hunting the monster. Well, this one you have 7v1. You have one dude as Jason Voorhees, and then you have the camp counselors working to survive, at Camp Crystal Lake.
So this is more going to be more of a survival kind of thing instead of.
And there's different ways, right?
Oh yeah, there are different ways. There are 5 different ways you can do it. So, of course, you got the basic time limit one. You do last out the time limit, you're done. Repairing a car and getting away is another one.
You gotta find
you
gotta
gotta
find the parts for those.
Find the parts for those. Of course, you have the repairing the boat as well too and driving away. Calling the cops.
Yep.
And the hardest one of them all is killing Jason himself.
Yes, and there's a particular way you have to do that, and it requires a ton of teamwork.
Oh,
and
yes.
And that, like I said, this is why this game is so interesting and interest me. And then you have to have one girl wear the sweater. Or
so
Jason's mom's sweater.
The basic way to do it is, so when Jason spawns in the map, there's like a little shack he spawns in. That's where the sweater is. So you have to have at least one female counselor. That's all you really need. And then you have to have a certain character meet the requirement to become Tommy.
Yeah, you have to meet those conditions, and I actually have not seen it, but I've heard it's incredibly hard to do to meet the conditions.
So
do him.
Once you get able to get that, the counselor has to die, and then becomes Tommy himself. And then once you're able to get Tommy and the sweater, Tommy has to drop his shotgun. He automatically comes with a shotgun. He has to drop that, get up a machete, knock off Jason's mask, and that's when the female counselor comes in and wears the sweater of his mom, Jason's mom.
Where it kind of just stuns him.
And then that's when Tommy comes in with a machete and kills him, because none of the counselors can kill him. It has to be Tommy himself.
Yeah. So, and that's the only way you can kill him, and then the other way is you have to either, survive until the time runs out.
Yeah.
And then calling the cops, and then with that though, Jason already knows where the phone is, so it's kind of a risky move, but it's a very popular choice for the fact that it cuts the time down significantly. You have to wait like 5 minutes for the cops to come at the entrances of the camp, and then the other one was
repairing the vehicle. So you have to go around the map, find probably spark plugs, batteries, and everything, and then gasoline and everything to get the vehicles going and
to escape. And this game was it was not Friday the 13th. The name was something else. It was Slasher. I think it was like Slasher Volume 1 Summer Camp. They didn't have the rights for the game beforehand, so they had to go with a different name until they went with the rights, and they called it. I actually just saw it. Camp Forest Green was the camp instead of Crystal Lake. So once they got the rights to that, they were able to switch the name over and use Jason and all that with the movie. So what was really cool is the soundtrack for the game, and I forgot to mention this. The soundtrack for the game was the same soundtrack for the movie. So
that's something good.
Yeah. So I
didn't tell you
that was cool.
The concept of killing him was kind of based on the movies as well, like like getting his mom's sweater and everything.
Yes.
And Tommy come in and kill him and everything. So they're throwing all the movie stuff in there as well. It's pretty cool.
I think it's very interesting, and I'm gonna have to convince you to pick it up because I know we'll get right back into logging in a crap ton of hours.
If we can get a big or good sized team going, I'm down. I'm down.
Yeah, the thing with this game though, you have to have teammates. It's a very strategic, and you gotta be able to talk and communicate and
I feel like
work as a team.
In this game, like I've seen some people you can just solo some stuff by yourself, but it won't work out as well. I mean, you could solo call the cops and try to survive, while everyone else does their own thing.
Yeah.
So it has it's gonna be a mix of trying to deal with your team, but you also want to try to solo it yourself. So it's do I want to work with team or go solo? So
yeah, and but more times than none that it doesn't work out.
Yeah, teamwork is definitely the best way instead of going solo.
Yeah, and with the Kickstarter, they actually they didn't meet their goal with the I think it was 1.66 something million or something like that to be able to do all the things they wanted to with the game, but they raised a little over $1 million so far, and they said once they get to the 1.65, I think it was, that they'll add all the other content later on. But they had the actual base game ready to go with the money that they funded or got funded, and then definitely something I'm gonna wait and see, and then once it gets patched up, servers are not as wonky, I'm gonna get it. Gonna convince you to get it.
I definitely want you to watch some videos on like just hearing about it. It's I've heard people talk about this.
Yeah,
it's a pretty good It's a really good concept.
It's a really good concept.
Yeah, and I also have to watch some videos of people watching it. I mean, I'm sure it's gonna be really fun, especially just reading about this stuff.
Yeah,
it looks like a really good game.
Yeah. And you know what is a really, really good game that just got announced this week?
Tell me.
Well, you already know. Far Cry 5 got its first gameplay trailer this week, along with some character trailers. That was really cool. They had four trailers, the game and then the 3 characters. But it got announced this week, and it's the very first in the Far Cry series to be set in America. And,
all right.
Yeah. And it's Hope County, Montana, which is not a real county by any means, but they made it up for the game. And then you're kind of set as this guy. He's a deputy that is sent into Hope County to take down this cult leader. I think his name was Jonathan Seed. He was he's pretty much he forces you into this religion that he believes in, and he calls himself the Father. And all this, the civilians in the city or in the county are their children, or his children actually. And then he has his siblings helping him out, converting these people, obviously forcing these people into their religion and their beliefs. And he's basically the ruler of the county, and so you're sent in to arrest him and stop him, take him down. So I thought that was really cool. And then with that, they actually added a new feature that they're going to add in this game with a new character customization.
I think it's gonna be really cool now to see, because all the other ones you didn't have a character customization. It was a set character. Now you have able to customize a male or female character now.
Yep.
So now that I'm thinking about this, it's gonna be will revolve more about the other characters
the 3
instead
characters.
of your character, because you're able to customize.
Since you're not a fixed character, I think you're right about that. I think you're kind of helping them.
Instead
like
of
they're the main part of the story.
instead of and all the other ones, they're
Story's
helping
like evolved
you.
around them.
So
Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see the big story around the 3 main characters that we have so far.
yeah, and since it's in America, so I've seen some new vehicles that we can ride. You get the muscle cars, and then you get planes now. And then what was the other one? The other one we were talking about.
Oh, I can't remember at the
It
moment.
was
right
like
now.
muscle cars. We had planes. Don't remember, but plenty.
We'll talk about it later.
Obviously off-road vehicles like ATVs
Yeah,
and
so
stuff. So
it's pretty cool that you're actually able to
And boats.
actually use an airplane now.
Mm-hmm.
It's the first time they're actually able to ride an airplane, so it'd be pretty cool to see how the flying mechanic works out for that. And I saw in the trailer they had like the cultist guys had like an old attack helicopter, or not attack plane from like the war and everything. So it's gonna be
he was ex-military.
so it'd be cool to see the old planes,
main
the
villain.
military or in the war and everything, and you're having some like little crop duster or crop duster planes. That'd be pretty cool to see how that all works out and everything.
And then they kept the taming wildlife aspect from Far Cry Primal into this one, so you're able to have tames in this one as well with the wildlife.
So of course we're gonna have dogs, of course, but we'll see. I wonder what one of the other ones they might do. It'd be pretty cool to see all the other interesting ones they're gonna do.
Yeah, maybe I'm thinking what's in Montana. They have buffalo.
Yeah, I mean maybe have buffalo or something.
Can you tame a buffalo, please?
Oh my god, that'd be insane.
I don't know what it would. I mean, it could truck people.
They're hard to take down, apparently.
Yeah.
Like I've heard, like buffaloes are really hard to take down. So you could have cultists shooting at this buffalo, and it's gonna like take out like 5-10 people, before it goes down. So it'd be like if it's a big buffalo coming out, it's like, oh god, just shoot at it. It's not gonna die.
Yeah. And then they have. I saw another one where like they have the guns for hire type of concept where you can convince locals to
Help you take
help
back the
your
land.
cause and do that kind of stuff. And then there was they add a new fishing mechanic into this one.
Okay. all right.
Don't know what that mechanic is necessarily, but we do know that there is going to be a new fishing mechanic in this one.
I wonder how
from previous.
That's gonna work. Like the fishing's gonna come into the story and everything. Like,
Yeah, and then obviously you can hunt wildlife too, just like plenty of the other Far Cries.
Maybe you need fish to help you, like get certain equipment. Maybe like the fish skins or something. Maybe
Can you tame a fish?
tame a fish.
You can tame fish.
Fish attack them.
And then they talked about focusing more on a melee combat system this time around. They're obviously going to keep the guns and all that, but they want to be more melee focused with I think they had pitchforks, baseball bats, and sledgehammers and stuff like that. So it's more close range this time around.
I didn't tell you that. Can you tell me about that now? I wonder if they always have skills and everything. Like if they're gonna have like a lot of melee skills, like just like a straight maybe melee character throughout the whole game. Just,
Well, I feel like you could.
yeah, actually, I sitting there talking about that. I really thought about like when this game comes out, like I might just do a straight melee character down there. Like first, I'll play the game and be like, if they have enough skills for it, just do a straight melee character and see how it works out, see how hard it is and everything to take out like.
Let me know how that goes.
I bet someone else is probably gonna do it before I do, but I think
I would never do that. I like my guns too much too.
But since they're doing the more, bringing in more like melee weapons, it'd be cool to see if it's.
You could probably do a build like that.
Yeah, and definitely see like the skills they're gonna bring into that. So it'd be pretty cool to see that.
But that we did get a release date for that one. Now it's comes out February 2018. So not too far away. I'm glad that they announced it. Relatively near the actual.
I am and
release
not,
date.
but
It is what it is.
it is. Everyone has their opinions.
Yeah. Well, what's your opinion on it?
Well, they always really get a release date, and then a lot of people get hyped at seeing it, and then they'll push it back.
Yeah.
And it disappoints the fans, saying like, oh, like it'd be a few months, before February, and be like, oh yeah, I can't wait for Far Cry to come out. It's gonna be here soon. They're like, it's not coming out in June. It's like,
yeah,
God, we've been waiting for so long, and then it got pushed back again.
I mean, I can see it getting pushed back, but I mean, I still have my hopes for this game no matter what. It's not gonna. I mean, yeah, it sucks when a game gets pushed back, but we as gamers obviously hope for the best all the time.
Yes, but I mean, stuff happens where maybe gets close to the release date and they realize, oh, this mechanic or bug's not fixed out, so they have to push it back and everything.
Well, that's generally the reason why they push back games.
Yes, bugs and fixing everything always suck.
But we did get a release date, and so hopefully February 2018. So
crossing my fingers.
Yep. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Though we're gonna head out on that note. Sorry, we wouldn't have a lot to talk about. But we do. I mean, we probably not gonna have much to talk about next week too. So as E3 is approaching, I think it's gonna be all E3 next week.
Well, yeah, we'll talk about a bunch of E3 stuff going on.
Plenty we can discuss with that.
Oh yes, thousands of topics to talk about that.
Thousands of tacos.
Thousands of tacos, and then topics as well. Maybe I'll bring a taco to the next one.
We're gonna talk about tacos and topics.
Maybe I'll bring a taco to the next one to see why we're doing it.
Okay, taco theme next week.
Taco theme.
We're gonna bring in Taco Bell.
Taco Bell. Yeah.
No. We'll like you said, we'll get a taco truck.
Yes, taco truck.
Taco truck, and whoever wants to come down, eat tacos with us.
Tacos.
But yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. It's always been a pleasure. Legolando
and
signing out here, and we'll see you guys next week.